Okie dokie. OBS is going. First thing I need you to do is give me a lane matchup. If I can find out what lane this is. Okay, I see a Morgana. Okay, tell me about the lane.
Okay. So Misfortune did not take comment in this matchup, so we know she's not really going for a poke approach. We know they're probably going to play pretty aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Morgana is obviously a bit of a traditional thresh counter, so just gonna be a little bit clever in how I play it. Try to bait out black shields, look for the other targets. Both of them are squishy and easy to burst. We have a lot of single target damage with Vayne, but she's also not the greatest laner. It's like ideally we probably are going to be mostly farming up in this lane.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Taking that forward, what is your role as a bot lane within your team comp? And what is your team comp's win condition?
So I would say mid to late game's probably like our strongest part of the game. Our biggest thing is not to give like Olaf a huge lead. They have a lot of like ground potential with that Galio. Nasus can be handled later. So is like the Shyvana. She is going AD actually, so that actually means that we have less of a late game than I was thinking. I was thinking she's going AP, so she's got press the attack and she's going AD.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'd say we have um kind of a front to back comp, kind of.
Do you think you should be looking to
So
team fight?
um, yeah, I'd say so. Just something you'd have to be aware of is getting caught in like corridors and stuff like that, because the MF ulti in Galio can be brutal if we get caught in the wrong spots. So we got to be careful about walking through chokes. But for like in big spots like river and stuff like that, it's not as bad. But we can pretty much just have to peel the vein, assuming the vein's doing well.
Yeah. Okay. I think
So
based
I'd
on
say
paper, it's very tricky to have a 5-on-5 team fight. Um,
true.
if you're looking at Katarina, there's probably not a scenario where I want to jump into the backline. Um, the instant you jump in, you get Galio taunted, Nasus jumps on you, we're gonna probably Black Shield CMF to get out. Um, it's just a bit iffy. And in terms of crowd control, the only thing you guys kind of have as a team is you. So
Good
based
point.
on paper, I think this is their win from draft perspective.
Uh-huh.
But that's okay because these kind of things happen all the time. It's
Right.
playing around it and choosing the thing to do, which is important. So with that in mind, how do you think you might try to play this draft then?
So trying to play this draft, so we can't necessarily win in a vacuum. TBT bot, so I would say like a good amount of rounds, try to get the Katarina a little bit ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have to look for a lot of picks, so see if we can find anybody on rotations. Good vision control to spot out said rotations.
Yep, great. I want to focus especially on what you mean by vision control. What are you trying to do with that?
So it depends on the phase of the game and what the game state is, but like say we're playing early, and then one of the things I pointed out was we need to make sure that that Olaf doesn't take off in the early game. So it's gonna be what gets farm heavy jungle versus farm heavy jungle, but
Mm-hmm.
Olaf's a lot better ganker, so it's like we have to be like getting out either some like defensive vision depending on like Shyvana's situation, or we'd have to be getting out like some wards like out near like blue and Gromp and stuff, looking for Olaf's path to
Mm-hmm.
deny any counter jungle. So
Okay,
just kind of keeping up with his jungle pathing.
sounds good. Final thing to pay attention to, summoner spells. They excel at map pressure just because they have 2 TP advantage over you guys.
True.
If this was a fives team, I'd say you guys, it's kind of dodge.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that's okay. We'll see how it plays out. But yeah, you've identified most of the main things. One of the things that I don't like about their team comp is Morgana.
Yeah.
She doesn't fit into their kind of all in 5-on-5 team comp. If anything, I'd prefer a disruptor as a support to Thresh, like an Alistar for the Katarina, or perhaps like a Lulu, something like that. But other than that, yeah. Does that make sense? Like this kind of team comp analysis? You following me?
Yeah, it makes sense. So, why do you like what specifically makes you think we get disruptor or like Thrush or something?
On their side?
Oh, I thought you were saying on our
No,
side
no, yeah,
instead
on
of
their
the
side.
Thresh.
Yeah,
Okay, I
the
got you.
Morgana doesn't work. Um,
Yep, makes sense.
all right, well, let's get into it. So you go flash for Morgana, but you have X Flash that's mega worth for you guys. Great. Let me just, I hear some music. All right, perfect. We set up at 5 point. This is fine. All right, since Shiv starts blue, you guys go for a Chi strat.
Actually, the video is skipping around a little bit for me.
Oh, is it? Is the stream a little bit
Uh-huh.
poor quality?
Yeah.
Hmm. 2 seconds. If it's still bad, let me know. Hopefully, it's better on the recording, so when you look back on it, um, it's pretty crisp.
Okay. Yeah, it's just kind of like skipping around randomly.
Oh, interesting angle. Okay. One thing that I've been trying to instill or kind of teach my students is looking for the enemy's patterns. So, what have you noticed about the enemy Morgana already within her level 1?
I missed part of what she's doing there at the beginning for the it's like 'cause it was kind of skipping, so
Did you
didn't
not
quite
manage to
see it
see?
all.
Okay, that's fine. Um, what I
Let me see
saw.
if I can. Let me see if I can pull it up in YouTube real quick and then just kind of like follow along a little bit, just in case it does skip around.
Oh, yeah, that's a good shout. Let me know when you've got it up.
Okay. Let me just watch this.
Sure.
Say like Morgana's like very willing to use her bind.
Good.
It's like that's really her only like peel tool, so if you can bait that out, then she's pretty vulnerable, her MF.
Perfect. So, her tendency, or her kind of bad habit, is throwing her bind out off cooldown. Using that to your advantage, I want you to be positioning aggressively to first dodge the bind and counterattack whenever that happens. Um, so yeah, based on like this kind of like first trade that you have, okay, Morgana's always going to throw her bind out when she has it off cooldown. Second is she has no flash, which I think is perfect that you're playing for these aggressive hooks. Yeah, like what is that bind going to do for their team, you see?
Right.
So you go for aggressive level 2, perfect from you. And I want to see you positioning up for level 2 priority. Great, great stuff. Ooh, first blood. Very nice. Wait, we didn't even ignite. Were you confident, or did you just not press ignite?
I think it was just confidence that she
Okay,
was gonna die there.
okay, good.
I knew she didn't have flash, and I didn't think heal was gonna be enough for her.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. I'm looking for Hex Flash Flaze. Good. And trying for a hook. No worries. That's fine. We miss it and we come back stronger. Knowing that Olaf started bot side, what time do we have to look up top for Scuttle Crab? Oh, did my internet die? Hello? Hello? Nope, my internet's fine. Hello,
Hello.
am I back?
Yes, I can
Okay,
hear
yeah,
you. I can hear you that time. I guess you couldn't hear me though.
no. Yeah, sorry, my question to you was, what time should we be looking top?
3:15.
All right. Will that actually happen though, do you think?
Possibly. Depends on what his knowledge is of Shyvana's pathing. If he's gonna like full clear, if he's gonna go straight to Scuttle Crab.
Good. And in the scenario that he knew that you guys choose bot lane, so he's going to have uncontested Scuttle Crab, what time is he going to be back bot again?
Um, I would say like around 4 minutes, roughly.
Good. So I'm looking for an aggressive ward after you back and come back.
Okay.
Perhaps a pink within their enemy jungle, almost.
Okay.
Boots pink, and we're off. Good stuff. Great choice of ping. Shiv gets an uncontested Scuttle Crab. Alright, first thing is I don't want you revealing yourself like this if you can afford to do so. If you can create uncertainty, even if you're level 2, I want you taking this kind of aggressive path right up here.
Okay.
Reason being, you get a pink in that bush, so you can ensure that they have no vision of you over here, and you can set up for a further kill because Morgana has no flash again.
Okay.
By showing yourself like this, they're like, okay, I know Thresh is here. Your mid laner says, okay, I'm in an isolated 1v1. That's fine. Yeah. Oh boy, that is not good. That is not good at all. We have our lantern ready. Oh no. Oh no. What is that lantern? Oh no.
At least I felt a little bit better because she would have dashed it anyways there, but it's like,
Hmm.
eesh.
That is a bit tragic.
The intent was there at least.
Yeah, yeah. Moving for it was fine. Okay. So you know MF backed and Olaf is probably clearing his bot little camps right now. What do you want the wave to do?
Could you repeat that?
You know Olaf is bot side probably doing his bot grump because it's coming back up. What do you want to do with the wave?
Freeze it toward our tower because Shiv's on the top side of the map, not gonna be there anytime soon. We could also look to do a slow push if we were looking to reset, but we're not, so I think probably just freezing it is the best option.
Realistically, right now, is it freezable?
No, so slow push in this situation.
Good. What factors do I have to take into account for my slow push?
So we have the dragon coming up in 25 seconds as a consideration. So we know we already know Olaf's in the bot side jungle. We know he's probably going to want that. So we want, like that's going to be our safest available option. We can build up the biggest minion wave, make it hard to fight us, at least if he's going to try.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can like look for like some sort of like cheeky reset or something if there's an item like Vayne can get like a dagger or something because we can't really do anything anyways. But
Yep.
um,
Okay. So one more of the considerations that I want you to start thinking of now. So good stuff with the jungle being bot side. Adding on top of that is how long it's going to take your minion wave to back up this you have right here. Because if your minion wave is already at your tier 2, what you want to do, or your intention of what you're saying, is you want to build up a minion so big that you can go to Drake uncontested, right? So you want a scenario where the entire wave kind of builds up to the point where the enemy is going to have to react to it. Especially in a scenario like this, I want you to be basically saying, okay, we're going to try crash this minion wave along with the second one right here. Um, so I want you to be actively trying to thin out this wave as you're doing it right here, and then maybe look for a cheeky back, right? Oh, did my internet die again? Nope, my internet is fine.
yeah, Discord was having some issues a couple days ago, so I don't know if it's.
Oh, we're back, right? You can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear
Okay. Did you hear my explanation?
you. Yes.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So essentially, if you're saying we can't freeze, so we have to defer to the second option, that's fine. Let's make sure that we're making it so the enemy finds it hard to react. So this right here is perfect because you see your minions coming up from your turret right here. You shove this in. I want a proactive ward for Olaf right here now. Perfect. Good. Stellar work. I love it. I absolutely love it right now. Shove this into me back. I think people are really afraid of resetting a lot of times, but I personally advocate for it if you can
Yeah,
force
it's like
the
you should.
enemies. Yeah.
Yeah,
However,
because it's trying to keep it reset there.
you guys have missed your little window.
Yeah.
Um, okay, now that Shiv is bot side, like imagine if we already are backed and our way back to the lane, and then we could join her at Drake with an item advantage over the enemy laners. Those are the kind of small incremental um, changes that you can do. And now the wave is slightly doomed because they can just freeze it on you all day. Ignite was a little bit late, but that's fine. My question to you is why you were looking for a hook when you knew Olaf was bot side.
I was just trying to do something aggressive because I saw Shiv on drags. I think I assumed Olaf would run in Shiv
Mm-hmm.
if he was going to look.
Yeah, good intentions, but what I want you to do is have restraint when it comes to scenarios like that. Because what you just needed to do was keep the pressure on in order to not basically give up the objective.
Yeah,
Having that
makes
kind of
sense.
priority, it's just nice to just sit there. Why are you roaming top
Makes
right
sense.
now?
Just based on where the wave's at, I don't really like. I know they're probably going to be resetting bot, so there's not gonna be too much to do bot. So I'm just kind of like looking for an available play with jungle.
Okay, well, let's look at the wave right now. I don't know if you can see it. It's going to crash into turret, and then where's the freeze going to reset? Did you see how big the wave was? Right here. What do you think?
Okay. I think it's gonna crash into turret, and it's probably going to bounce back out and slow push to them within like the next 30 seconds or so.
Yeah, I'd be inclined to agree. Rather dangerous considering a pick from MF basically means that they're dead. Although if this works out, it'll be very good for your top lane actually. Flash play? Flash hook. Okay. I guess it's fine. I guess it worked out for you guys.
I was thinking with Mobius, by the time the wave does start bouncing back out, I can be there, but I kind of troll him, like try to
Yeah.
help him put it out here. So like
Yeah,
I think if I
this
just take that reset, it's a lot better.
yeah, this is a little bit overzealous.
100%.
Good intention though, really good. Look at you making plays all over the map and we're impacting everything.
Whether or not that was a good thing.
Think of it this way, if it's a melee versus melee matchup, an advantage of any sort will put one laner ahead of the other by miles. So it's very
Yep.
valuable as a jungler to gank a matchup like that.
Hmm.
To have you there is just added comfort, honestly. Um, Small note from me is I always prefer flash flay over flash hook, simply because it's a lot harder to miss.
Yeah, I usually aim for that, I think.
Yeah,
I think that situation is out of range on Flay.
yeah. Oh, unfortunate. Really good. Good stuff. You basically shoved her out of lane.
You
Aggressive. I don't like this play because I don't know where Olaf is.
agreed. I was just thinking that as well. It's like it's giving me anxiety
Okay.
watching myself do
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. So you see him top, then he's backing. Great idea for deep wards. Is this one useful?
Just see him on Wolf Camp.
I prefer one center here. If you see him on Wolf
Uh,
Camp, yeah, that's fine. But he could have just gone straight to Gromp and bot as well.
yeah, I get a ward back down while I'm on the
Yeah.
way back through,
Okay. But why do
so I
why
can
do
just
the
yell
job
read.
with two wards instead of one?
Um, well, what else should I be using the words on? Do you think?
Whenever you have a
Like, I think
2v2
that's like
fight in bot lane and they're running into bush, maybe that split ward might make all the difference. Um,
true.
I guess it depends on playstyle. Like, two thumbs up for already doing deep wards. I'm just nitpicking here.
I gotcha. I was like, it's important
Yeah.
details. Small stuff like that matters.
Yep. You see Shiv. I'm looking for a Hex Splash play. Oh, rough. You probably could have baited that, to be fair. Oh, man. Wow, that MF just went vroom on the vein.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Good. We instantly look mid. This is a kind of preferential roam time that I usually like. Uh, when you can see the wave is pushing into you, so the ADC is probably usually safe, and second, you just have this kind of like little free time where both laners have just backed as well. Okay. If you know Olaf's around here, this is a bit risky, isn't it? Because you
Did we
ping.
see where he pathed? I think I might have seen him.
Oh, I didn't see it, but
Let me.
he's
Yeah,
gone straight
so
bot.
I'm coming out of base. I see him on blue.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. That's fine.
Yeah, I guess theoretically he still could be around there. Now that you mention it.
I really like the vision control you have here. Like hex flash and we make a play. Good restraint. His intention is to Drew Drake. So what should you be pinging your jungler to do right now?
Or Drake. Depends on where the wave's at. Bot lane, if we can get prio and what item spikes MF is at, because I don't know that we actually win a 3v3. But Galio has no ulti, so if Galio is chunked out and looks like Katarina has prio, then she can probably just come straight down for drag, actually.
Do you think it's safer to take the guaranteed fight to take Rift rather than fight for Drake?
I think Rift is better, probably.
Yeah. Sorry, that was kind of a leading question. But your intention for your team right now is say, okay, I need to see what type of Drake it is. If it's actually useful to my team, then as a support shot caller, okay, let's try fight for it. If it's not, you should be telling your jungle to instantly swap her focus to doing the rift. Because if they're going to focus resources here, your intention is to counteract it based on what's on the map. If Shyvana's going to do the rift solo, what can you, Katarina, and Vayne do in retaliation to the straight taking?
I feel like this is probably like one of my like biggest like knowledge gaps is like basically like trying to push them off and like just trying to like kind of play around it a little bit but not like dangerously. I feel like this is a weak point for me,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge wise.
In terms of a counteract play, have you ever seen the scenarios where a team might go for a Drake and the other team just blitzes it down mid?
Yeah.
That is the kind of thing I'm looking for. If they're going to
Okay.
send around like 2 to 3 people to deal with Drake, you go to mid, collect turret plates, collect rift. What you're playing for there is not just the gold that you're getting on turret plates, it's the security to open up mid quadrant during the mid to late game. That's going to
Okay.
bring yourself a lot more usefulness towards the things that we said, i.e., getting picks, playing for that kind of pick potential before our 5v5 team fight. You see? So it's not
Right.
just the inherent gold value that you're getting out of giving up the streak, it's also you're securing your future almost.
Okay. Do you think we can realistically get those things with like having like somebody's like high wave clear like Galio?
I think Galio, that's a good point actually. I don't think Galio has that much wave clear at the moment though, but if it was someone like Anivia, then that'd be a different case scenario.
Does he have rocket built? Because that would be the thing that would determine whether or not he could clear it fast enough, I think.
Probably not at level 7, I don't think, unless he was 2 things ahead. We shall
I
check.
got you.
We shall check in a second. So, yeah, you see Olaf immediately go for this. Shiv immediately goes for Rift. Counterplay, you should be looking mid right now to help Katarina catch Gallia instead of being bot. Because no matter
Makes
what,
sense.
MF is going to have to give up Vayne is going to have to give up waves. And trying to contest this right now is kind of suicide.
Especially if Galio comes.
Yeah, it's a 4v2. So I would have much rather seen you guys blitz it down mid, try get 2 turret plates or something, and use it to gain control of the topside area as well.
Okay, that makes sense.
Staying right here is just kind of welcoming Olaf to come down, by the way, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, but we've got really nice vision coverage, so I guess it's fine. And you have time to react. I just hope you had an eye on the map the entire time.
Yeah.
Morgana uses Q off cooldown. And Galio stop. Nice hook. Perfect. Yeah, perfect stuff.
I actually didn't back look. Only I remember.
Oh. So why did that actually go wrong for us?
Hmm.
Let me see. Let me see
Methinks we
again.
didn't have river warded.
No,
Even
because
though we were sitting on a word and I even walked in the river and didn't place it.
no, but he didn't come through river. He came through lane.
Yeah, but I think that could have gone wrong from that.
I think okay. I think the only optimization I would have said is the instance you see Olaf throwing out this lantern was a bit overkill for this Morgana. Um, Instead, you could
To
have
be
path
real, I did
backwards.
not see the Olaf at all.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. Like hindsight is 2020, isn't it? Um,
Yeah, it's like no, he definitely like slid in there without me even noticing, to be
yeah.
honest.
Um, okay. Number one, throwing out this lantern without this 2v2 when Morgana was here and Vayne was here. Uh, Probably not needed. So probably save it for later. That's probably the only limit.
Yeah, I sounded out for the shield. Do you think that's just not valuable enough to like use the lantern for? Probably.
Not at the moment, because you can pretty much kite MF ult however you want.
Okay.
Um, I'm surprised she died instantly. Also, you didn't kite
Yeah.
the Morgana ults, which might have been my other qualm. But
Yeah. It was like I don't know why I didn't drop aggro there.
yeah, all good. This also brings up another point, which is very hard to keep track of, and I even struggle with it. It's keeping track of stopwatches as well in the mid to late game. Because the
Yeah.
difference between Olaf going in hard on your team and not killing Vayne because she has a stopwatch will make all the difference for any sort of objective team fight. Um, just a bit tricky, but if you can do it, fine. But I feel like us supports already have so many things to keep track of that it's difficult.
Right.
Where's the Garen ult? No, it's too late. And he's dead now. Oh, that was such a mechanical misplay by him. Yes, we do not fight. Perfect. And we got first turret. Wait, why is Katarina going AP? That's my question.
I think that was what started becoming meta again as AP build, right?
I know they nerfed it for 11.4, but this was 11.3, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I
I
think.
thought they buffed it for 11.4, didn't they?
Oh, honestly, I don't know. I just think it's wacky that she can go Kraken Slayer and still be fine. Um,
Agreed.
but no, regardless of that, she's building rocket belt.
Yeah,
That's
I don't
funky.
know. Her builds change so much. I try not to question it.
Yeah,
At least lately.
yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I just
Good.
looked. She actually got R on hit damage ratio now scales and damage per knife increased on this patch.
Lovely. So even more broken.
Yep.
All right. 130 to the next strike. What is my favorite thing for support to do?
Getting vision out.
Perfect. You already have a very nice vision net around it. So reset for wards, come back and look for picks. Great.
Yep.
Zooming. Same thing again. If you can make it so the enemy's baited into a fight, it's much better by not revealing your presence. You want
Okay.
to be almost as, what's the word? Not sinister, but unpredictable. So you can sit around this wall and still get XP, by the way. So it might
Good
bait
point.
Olaf into blowing ult and trying to dive you with MF, and then you go, hey, guess what? I'm here. Turn it into kill, go for
Yeah.
the objective.
Yeah, by not showing like in one spot instead of pressuring one spot, you can pressure like 2 to 3 different spots.
Yeah,
Just by not showing. That's a good point.
absolutely. You've fallen for the oldest trick in the book. By sweeping now, what is the
Now
implication
I
of
don't
that?
have it for drag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, you always see these wards in earlier levels of play because it helps see when the mid laner roams. As a Ajax mid laner yourself, you should know that, right? However, in the mid to late game, your sweeper is more important for Drake control. If you can't reliably walk into bot side Drake right now and clear wards, you've just basically entered your entire vision control away.
Agree. Debated.
Oh, almost. It was the intention was there. If you guys had that pick, actually I don't know with Galio ult, it's very tricky. I think here we'll soon see the difference in team comp in terms of the fight because they have such an established control over the pit already, and you guys had made no picks. They're gonna win based purely off team comp. That's my opinion. Um, if it doesn't, then all the better for you guys, but it seems that way.
I think we're making a mistake going through the bot side as well. We should be looking to go toward mid Katarina's at. Like we were just like automatically icing her out of the fight by pathing this direction. Garen will be fine coming that direction.
Yeah. Oh man. Galio just comes in and saves everyone. So not purely a team comp diff, but you guys tried to make a play before going for the Drake. Sorry, you tried to make a play while Drake was being taken. So that was the difference. Instead, that should be happening way before. Out of curiosity, who's Hydra by the way on the Discord as well?
It's just a music bot.
Oh,
I was in there just like one of my buddies like works and he just like pops in and out like 'cause he gets
fair,
bored at
fair.
work
I
like one
see.
our jungler, so I just keep the stream going for him, so just had some music going in there.
Yeah.
It's like I think at the end of the game you actually see jungle pop in.
I see. I see. Oh, it gets smited away. Rip. Yeah, so what's going on through your head right now?
Uh, that we are probably looking at the heralds. I mean, we ideally want to crack mid, if we can. Naz is just TP'd somewhere. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I think ideally we want to get Rift, but it's gonna be difficult.
Right. Okay.
So I think we want to make a pick in order to make anything happen.
Yep. Nice pick. Oh, Lantern and Shield. Can't tell if MF's just really strong or what. Or that ult just kind of melted through you.
She's pretty strong at this phase.
Yeah,
F Kraken,
definitely.
but Kraken pickaxe double longsword.
I think you played that as well as you could. Okay. You're playing 2 steps ahead of them right here. They already had Rift control. Do you think you should have been going top?
Um, no, you can probably just start looking at some wards down in the bot side quadrant. There's drag in 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm. I'd say in terms of tempo, that's currently what we're lacking. Whether it was the first Drake where we had to give up and immediately go Rift, or it's this scenario where an objective is already being taken and trying to contest it if you're not the jungler is very difficult. So, in terms of actually making the right decision, you should be playing for the next 2 minutes, not reacting to the current situation.
I
In
was also worried about their Baron pressure as well here.
Well, at the moment, yeah, I think that's actually pretty valid. Yeah, no, that's actually a good point. Oh, do not walk through the channel. This is a very silly sausage and a common mistake.
Yep.
You are very liable to be caught out here. Like just never. If you can take just 2 seconds to take a longer detour, it's much more safer. Um, yeah. So at this point, I would almost say, in terms of team comp, it's really difficult to play against them because A, you guys are never going to win a full on 5v5 now, and B, their control over the kind of area is very difficult to get around. Nice, so we baited out Galio ult. You see what I mean though? They can just kind of like straight run you down without any sort of disengage. And it's very hard to do so. Who do you think you could have swapped out for top lane in order to change the team comp a bit?
For our top lane?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good question. Hmm. Probably a split pusher of some sort, like a Jax, a Fiora, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. if you're not going to react to the 5-on-5 team comp, then the natural kind of opposite that is split push.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then what support should you be playing?
Um,
How can you prevent their full-on team fight, team comp to go onto you?
Tarek.
Probably not. Tarek is very heavy engage, or not heavy engage. It's like you're trying to engage on your principles, so probably not Tarek.
Okay, makes sense. I mean, you could play something like a Janna or something.
Yes, perfect. Disengage.
Yeah.
The more disengage you can make against their entire team comp, the better it will be for your split pusher to create pressure. That's why I think, based on team comp, this draft was a little bit lost. Also, what happened to the first drift, by the way? I didn't even see it get placed. Or am I just tripping?
I think that might have fizzled. I didn't even pick up on that.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, but this is cleanup city right here. Waste of your lantern right there.
I can use that for Vayne or something instead.
Yeah. Um, this might be good cleanup. This might be good. We clean up MF. We pop our locket. I love it. I love it. Yes. Perfect. Sorry, that was just very comical. You just hooked the Krugs and I was like, oh, it's like you know the oh what's that meme song that goes like da 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 da
The
da
Benny
da.
Hill theme song.
Like it was going so well, and then you try hook for him over the wall, it hits the Krugs, and then you hear the theme song. Sorry, that was.
I was like, Krugs might be there, and I might have
Yeah,
a chance at hitting him.
good. We instantly make the counterplay and take Drake. Great. Good. So for the next 2 minutes, they have Baron on two members. How are you going to set up your vision to prevent that?
So, who ended up surviving that? Olaf and who was the second one that survived that?
I actually don't know. I think it's Morg.
I think Morg. I think MF dies there.
No, Morg's dead. It's MF and Olaf. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I don't know. How do you?
Look at the map
Like
right now.
I mean, I'd say like getting some more like defensive vision, like maybe put like a ward over near like Raptor Wall, or like over near Raptors, not Raptor Wall, but like that shred next to Raptors. Maybe put something bot so Garen can split push effectively. Um, Other than that, I mean, just kind of like some shallow vision, maybe get something around Garen,
Are there
but I'm not
objectives to
sure.
fight for?
No,
So,
for picks,
should you be
rotation,
looking for
like,
picks?
not necessarily.
Yeah, so these are the kind of like lull times where it's perfectly fine to say, okay, our team comp actually scales pretty well in the form of Vayne. Um, so if they have Baron, one thing you want to do is wait it out and place defensive vision because there's no objectives to fight for. If they were on two Drakes and this Drake was still up, then yeah, I would definitely lean my vision more towards bot side because Soul Point would be a very bad position to be in. However, since that's not the case, I'm just looking for defensive vision from you.
Okay. In terms of defensive vision, where do you think would be like best spots? I was thinking like raptors, like the wall next to wolves, maybe. Maybe something over at the crossroads at blue, something like that.
Absolutely. Since their team doesn't thrive on hooks, they thrive more on 5v5 team comps. As long as you light up the kind of channel ways where they're looking to fight, that's the best kind of solution. If they had
Okay.
someone like a Pike or a Blitzcrank on the other hand, I'd be looking for more areas where they might try to pick us off. So you might be thinking over wolves, especially, and over, not directly in the bush below red, but across the wall right there. Do you see my mouse?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys are up here right now is a little bit risky. So what I want you to be positioned is back here, not all the way up. Think about
Play for
your
lantern.
lantern. Yes, exactly. Because realistically, you're not going to be looking for picks right now. Because if you fight and you lose, they immediately get a push to your inhib for free. So instead, like, think of your lantern as being like a free get out of jail free card. So you can see where they're moving. Do you know what they're trying to make a pick on right now?
Uh, I did not catch where they were moving at that particular moment. Kind of chopped a little bit.
Oh, it's just the fact that they're centering more towards bot side. Um,
They're looking for T2 bot.
yeah, absolutely. So you create your vision around here. Perfect. Ooh, this is a bad idea. I don't like this. I don't like walking up all the way here.
Do you think I could throw my lantern in there? And like, is that worth using my lantern to get a word down in there?
Probably not, because they're gonna come into you anyways. They're gonna shove a wave. So,
Okay.
but yeah, like if you want to fight, I want it to be under turret, not out here where they're Baron buffed up.
Okay.
Ideally, this kind of vision would already be placed down before this kind of push happens. Um, but the best you can do is adapt, and adapt you will. Waste of a pink there. They're fighting around top. Wow, they actually win. Nice, nice. Okay, great. Susan is happening.
Yep.
Oh no, he's scaling. He's scaling.
Yeah, and the sad part is Vayne is one of the people that died. She's the only thing we got for him, really.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This T2 is actually defendable. Good. Oh, look at that. I never knew this was a thing. Must be the new Battle Queen skins. All right, so you notice how even though you guys lost the fight there, nothing of importance was lost. If you can mitigate something like that ever kind of happening, i.e., just not fighting and clearing waves until their Baron is up, well, that's perfectly fine. But now thinking ahead, thinking now to the next objective, 2 minutes. What are you gonna do?
Uh, I would say that I would like to like it's gonna be about reacting whichever they want, and we want the opposite objective because we have the same objective timers on Baron and Drake. So if they want to go Baron, we trade Drake. They go Drake, we trade Baron. So basically, I have to see which quadrant they're gonna try to get vision control around, and try to match on
Mm-hmm.
the like mirror on the opposite side of the map.
you think you're going for a full out trade and not a contention.
Probably.
Why?
I would say we're pretty far behind in gold value, and our 5v5 is also weak.
Good. That's exactly what I want to hear. Like we've established before at the beginning, their team comp excels at a 5v5 fight. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, that's perfect answer. If you've made that kind of calculated risk to be all the way there, um, simply drop a ward over the wall right there. Oh, like right here as you're clearing the pink. There's probably a river right here.
Okay. That's interesting.
Lantern. Perfect. Okay, we don't need it. We try force of play right here. Good. This is the picks I like to see. Oh my god. He's so fast.
You do be schmoving though.
Yeah. The issue with doing something like this is by wasting ult before a fight, you forego the objective. So because Vayne has no ult now, it basically means it's really hard to win this fight. Because if Olaf has backline access and Vayne doesn't have ult, then you guys are gonna lose.
Yeah. Right here we see them all like leaning toward bot, so I shouldn't like be trying to contest vision here as well. Should be just going up toward top side and pinging Baron.
Yep, and making it trade. Because think about it this way. Realistically, both teams can burst down either objectives very quickly. Um, yeah, look, perfect. Perfect. You're pinging top. You're pinging top right now, and we're moving. Bit late to the reaction, but that's fine. The attention is there. Rip. Oh, and now we're too late to react to it, and it's sad. They're gonna get it instead now. Oh. Yeah, so you can see in hindsight, reacting to a situation like that needs to be a lot before the actual thing happens.
Yeah, it's like the recognition is there eventually,
Mm-hmm. And you can
but
use that for
just
now.
slow.
You save it in the memory bank for now, and we'll save it for later use. That seems to be the common takeaway for this game, basically. You need to be proactive with your decisions as a shot caller, not reactive. Because the instant you fall behind in tempo, that basically means the enemies get to win based off of team comp. And that should never happen if you're a good shot caller.
Makes sense.
Nice hook. Nice hook. Oh, but look, it's a team comp diff.
Gale Force diff as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was good. Like
Yeah,
intention was there. If you guys didn't make a play now, you would have lost either way. Okay,
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Katarina, clean up. Oh, it was close. I respect it. I respect the guts. Yep, we give inhib. How is Vayne still level 13? That's my question. How is she so far behind?
Seems like people are very bad at like grabbing waves, like they opt for like going for like team fights and stuff, and they'll let like huge
Hmm.
waves like crash and whiff them, or like instead of letting Vayne have like the solo XP, like you'll have like the mid laner that refuses side lands and catch waves, stuff like that. Seems to be a common trend in the CLO.
Yeah, it's a little bit ugly to watch. Hmm.
Yeah.
As I always like to say, levels are king in this game currently. If you have a level
Mm-hmm.
16 Graves, it's much better than a level 14 Nunu.
True.
Same thing here. Can you even fight? Shiv is backing. Okay, maybe not. Oh, let me stop it. How do you fight something like this?
Um. So Shiv's back over near blue. It's like um. I mean, I would say you kind of have to have them starting up the Baron, taking some damage to whittle them down a little bit. Like, I don't think we can go straight at them. That corridor is really bad for us with MF ulti if she gets a little bit upriver.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'd say we kind of just can't fight here because we can't really get into the river reliably. They have too much zone control.
Good. So, why are we here?
Good question.
Hindsight's 2020. Watch your team comp at the beginning loading screen and tell me how you're going to play games from now on instead of
Okay.
looking for stuff like this. Because it looks like you guys lose off of this team fight, basically, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Vayne's doing damage. Vayne's doing. Oh, okay. She gets bursted. Wow, you guys actually trade 3 for 2. Rip. It's fine. You guys push him off the Baron. This is okay. How does it end?
Not. I'll tell you that.
Something must happen within like the next minute for you guys to lose the Nexus. Or do you guys just FF?
I think it's an FF maybe.
Fair. Seems most plausible. They go for Baron, you guys do for the opposite at Drake. Okay.
Or we get wiped here, Drake.
Oh, we're getting collapsed upon. We're getting collapsed. Oh, last team fight. Okay, let's see it. Olaf with backline access.
Yup.
Oh,
And Niz's things as well.
Bane's actually doing good DPS. Never mind. Susan is there. Um,
Susan is inevitable.
it's like the Thanos joke, isn't it? Alright.
What's that?
It's like the Thanos joke from Infinity War.
Yeah.
I am inevitable. Alright, good. Okay, Mr. Nolan, what are the main takeaways from this game?
One of my main takeaways was proactive decision making, not reacting to their pressure, especially whenever we get behind tempo and whenever there's like comp gap, looking for proactive plays and how to mitigate those gaps in our comp. I would say another takeaway from like early to mid is whenever I'm coming back to lane, certain situations don't show on the minions. Try to play toward Fog of War, and then make them guess where I'm at for as long as possible.
Yep.
Um, and I think that was my two biggest.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to overload you with too much information. One tweak to that is if we're ever in a scenario where you have to choose between contesting Drake or pushing down mid lane, check the usefulness of the dragon for your team. If you were, say, you had a Rammus against a full AD comp and it was going to be Mountain Drake, that's infinitely more useful to you guys than, say, I don't know, a Cloud Drake or something like that. So
Makes
just,
sense.
yeah, assess the viability of it with you. And you can try to look for a back by stacking our wave managements to get closer, getting ourselves a bit of a cheater recall, coming back with an item advantage to fight for that Drake. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, brilliant. I'll get the notes down. I will upload this YouTube pod. Any further questions?
Um, Probably not for this game, but it's like pretty much just the only like things I had was kind of what I like talked to you earlier about with like consistency and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, but
Okay.
that's unrelated to this particular game.
All right, great.